Hi everyone, welcome back to the Simple Souls podcast. It's your host Leslie, and I hope you're all having a great day. I know it's been a long minute since I uploaded a podcast episode. She has red hair now, she's a high school graduate, very close to starting college, and life has just been moving very fast. Regardless, I feel like today's topic has been awaited for some time now, or maybe it's just me wanting to talk about this, but I think it's essential for all of us who are graduating or moving on to another chapter overall to hear about it. So we're getting into our big egos and confidence because they help you set boundaries and they're not from the same perspective. With time, you are also constantly moving forward, one thing after another, accomplishment after accomplishment, or even accomplishment after a loss, because we feed into the idea that if we're not getting that "I'm proud of you," "good job," or any awards or validation from others, we don't see the effort that we're actually putting in. It doesn't have to be physical either. It can take a lot of energy for us to deal with our mental health on top of trying to do the best we can every day. Whether we mean to or not, we're ignoring ourselves and essentially self-sabotaging, and these next few years for those of us who are just graduating are about building the foundation of who we actually become, hence why it's important to look into the little details of ourselves. Beginning with our ego, we unconsciously and knowingly crave validation. It's human nature to want to be complimented or pat in the back because it feels nice, but it does not help your confidence to exceed or move past your ego. For example, this isn't the situation for everyone who is wealthy, but someone who is wealthy may not be as happy as you think because they took that validation and ran with it. This same person may feel the need to do more or better every time because they ignored what was a genuine compliment or concern and what was just validation or judgment. A genuine compliment should never make you change your motives, perspectives, or anything besides making you feel appreciative and uplifted. Versus validation sounding like feedback or second-hand compliment where someone is hinting that something should change. Concerns are usually said out loud to people, but I think the person hearing these specific statements are confusing it with being judged because he or she doesn't understand what I'm going through or what I'm working on, but that is the perspective of our egos. It's important to know that not everyone who says something good means it, and not everyone who says something bad is after you. I think everyone should know who's being genuine, and if you are aware of it, that's your confidence beaming and positively spreading. That's your understanding of why people may feel a certain way and accepting that everyone does not have the same perspective on anything. And that's our reality. It is not saying to just forget about people either, though. It's very rare for you to not consider, think, or hear in the back of your head what someone might have said about you because it's alarming your human connection, and we go with our days based off on that. We automatically pay attention to the people around us, the way some look at us or react to what we say, but it clashes with what we take in from that. So it does matter to notice how we speak to ourselves and each other, how we do self-care, and if we know what it is that we need to better ourselves. I used to think I just needed to be happier, and to me that used to be adding another task to myself to get one more accomplishment, but that ended very quickly because I actually needed a break and I needed to listen to myself. However, your ego will always be the one to ask how someone can understand something they're not doing, or how someone could relate to you when they're not in your shoes, or know what you've had to deal with to get to this point. Connecting them both though, when someone finally starts healing from a certain situation, it is common that you boost your confidence and ego, and it's not a bad thing. It becomes a bad thing when we go into this isolation phase of learning how to be alone when bettering ourselves, and it's not our fault either, but it's where you set your next responses for the next obstacles. But no one's perfect. You should not be telling yourself that healing or bettering yourself in any way means getting rid of those horrible feelings or experiences you've had. The goal is to allow your emotions to happen and not allow it to control what you do or how you live your life. I can promise you that putting energy into your body, mind, and health will tie things together and will increase your confidence without the feeling of forcing anything. When setting boundaries, your ego will always be the one to put it bland, easy, and in ignorance, while confidence will try to help you understand situations without the stress of it. For example, a person not liking you. Your ego's response will be quick and easy in saying, "It doesn't matter, I don't care, I'm better than them anyway," or "You have more important things to worry about," which might not be a bad thing to everyone, but it's your confidence that makes you carry that positive outlook and will allow you to look like the bigger person. It's simply saying, you know what, maybe it's not their day, and or thinking of other factors that help you explain why a person might react this certain way. Wrapping this up, the biggest shift you can do is to change the common vocabulary or phrase you use with yourself versus with other people, and set boundaries with self-respect, and not because it eliminates this specific person or event from happening again. I hope you've all grabbed something from this week's episode, and thank you for listening. Because I am a part of this class, congrats to the class of 2023, and remember that as cringy as it sounds, words actually do carry power. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to anyone you think needs to hear this. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Be safe, drink water, and I'll talk to you guys again very soon.